I'll be at a bar and I'll be like a loud, consumer-ridden environment, and one of my buddies will be like, "Hey, the fucking Predator!" And I'm like, "Yo, you fucking chill, man," because like there's like rings of people, right?
Badgley
Like,
that tall?
The inner ring, they hear you, and they're like, "Oh, like this guy's the Predator." But like that second ring of people are like, huh, "Predator?"
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Diliegro? Diliegro. You never know. Diliegro. All right. You never know how Italian you get with it, you know?
Italian Jews, man. Not a lot of us.
Diliegro went well for a 7-foot tall guy.
My high school coach used to say, he's tall because Diliegro. There's a lot of jokes there.
How long have you been fucking huge?
Wait, are we
Yeah,
going?
this is it. We just go,
This is
baby.
it?
Yeah, we
Jesus
just rock.
Christ. I've been huge forever, man. It's I don't know. Kindergarten, I had like a 6-pack.
I'll tell you this. I used to fucking. I know your type already. I fucking used to cry to my mom because the skinny kids and
Like elementary school
Had muscles.
had 6-packs.
Yeah.
And I was a chubby little fuck. And my mom would be like, "It's because their parents don't feed them. They don't love
Yeah, they're
them."
malnourished. Yeah. You're not supposed to have a fucking 6-pack when you're, in kindergarten, you freak.
Yeah, I'm an anomaly. How do I do this thing? Okay, there we go. I like it.
Your height is so. I actually watched Prey last night too, so I really have a grasp on your height.
Okay.
Your height is so high.
I was thinking this morning. I was like, I wonder when Dean comes in if I put Kevin on my shoulders if we're taller than him.
Let's do it. I mean, how high are these
yeah,
ceilings?
I mean, we're going to be taller.
We're gonna be way taller. Like, we're gonna be like 2 feet taller.
I'll be at the bar and people come up to me. They're like, "How tall are you?" And I'm like, "I'm 7'9". They're like, "Holy fuck!" No concept.
You're at a point where you could throw at any number, I think.
I think after like 6'8", 6'7", like especially there's a drunk factor here, but just you can really get people they lose
believe
their
anything.
concepts.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait, so wait, how tall are you?
I'm like 6'8.5". I'm like right on the edge
Give yourself
of
the
6'9".
6'9".
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah, but I always
Again,
say
nobody cares.
But the even numbers like 6'6", 6'8", 6'10", 7 feet. It's sturdier. When you go odd, 6'5", 6'7", 6'9", 6'11", it's like it's odd. It's a little like you're not. You know what I mean? You're not as stable. It's like, oh, he's tall and lanky. 6'11". Oh, he's 7 feet.
6'8",
Wow, that's
yeah.
I got a fucking house. 7 feet. 6'10". Wow, that guy's a horse. 6'11". Oh, I'll knock him right over. I'll fold that motherfucker in half.
Let's go for the ACL.
Yeah,
It gives
exactly.
me a Biz vibe,
Very much so.
right?
I
get that all the time.
Looks
Yeah.
and like
I get that. I get
you're-
Vince
Where
Vaughn.
are you from?
I'm from Lexington, Massachusetts.
Because it almost like he sounds like Biz, and Biz is a Canadian guy, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that at least a dozen times.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good comparison. I
get the guy from you. The guy from you.
Yeah,
Penn Badgley?
you don't want that one though.
No.
Well,
No,
he's
you'll
an
take
actor,
Penn
but-
Badgley.
Penn Badgley's
Yeah,
a
but I
good
mean, I think
dude.
he's gotten so creepy that he's like a creep now. Like,
Dude,
you know?
my favorite Penn Badgley story I've ever heard is I had a buddy who was sitting next to him at not the premiere. They were just at Horrible Bosses, and there's a scene in Horrible Bosses where
Penn was just like in the crowd.
Yeah,
in the audience. Okay.
and there's a scene where Jennifer Aniston was just fingering herself. Oh, somehow she just fingered herself to Penn Badgley, and he got up and walked out.
No way.
That'd be
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that. To have that in a
I like to think that it's his 10th time seeing the movie. He just goes for that line.
We're done here.
See you boys tomorrow, 7:00 show. All right.
So Prey is I mean, there are certain movies that are iconic and have like iconic characters, or in this case like monsters, but they also kind of fall under the it's a silly action movie or horror movie or whatever. Prey is like it's got it all, man. I mean, it's like a real
whole
ass
different monster.
movie mixed, yeah, and literally, it's a very cool combination, and to be like a part of that, I think it's always very cool to be a part of an iconic franchise like that. Like it's you and a couple other dudes who have played the Predator.
Well,
Predator is that guy.
What's interesting and what makes this film for me so special is that it's historically you look at the other Predator films and they are Predator films.
Yeah.
Let's focus on this is like a period piece adventure story with some sci-fi horror sprinkled on, right?
Yeah.
So like it's shot very cinematically. It's like the score is amazing. There's all these elements. There happens to be a predator in this film.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
following.
it feels like you're watching almost like The Revenant or something. It's all outdoors.
Yeah.
It seems
I
very...
think the comparisons I've heard the most, and I think are probably the most accurate, are Logan. Where like Logan's a Wolverine movie, an X-Men movie, but it's really about like kind of the young girl and the adventure of her, which is kind of
right.
really
it's
draws a lot of
life
comparisons
movie.
here.
It's
and
a,
there's nothing
you know.
gratuitous. We're not asking you to be scared. We're not asking you to laugh. Or
Oh,
do
I
anything like
disagree.
that.
There's a gratuitous scene.
Oh, go on.
It's with the wolf. The wolf was too much for me.
Really?
When you disembowel the guy.
Well,
was,
listen, shit get hit.
That was an extra scene. We shot that additional photography in February. We wrapped around this time last year. We shot 3 months in Calgary, and then that was actually a scene we added in. We shot that in February because our special effects Alec Gillis, who built the suit, who's worked on other Predator movies, told the director, we need a despining. There's no one, nothing has been despined.
Is that like a Predator checklist?
That's a thing. And okay, so we kind of they worked in this wolf scene, but it ties into the Predator story of him kind of working his way up the food chain.
Yes, yeah.
And the ant, and then the rat, and then the snake, then the wolf is just next, and it's all about the hunt for him. But
that's
I also don't actually mean it's gratuitous. I just meant like when I watched it, I was like, Jesus fuck!
Yeah.
Like,
I was we're despining a dog here. I don't know. Okay, all right.
the Predator is a bitch ass, man.
So this is how I'm here. This is why I'm here.
He's such a fucking.
This is how it started for you and I.
You're bringing you're bringing a bow and arrow fucking
bolt gun.
What's it called?
A bolt gun.
The bolt gun
yeah.
with like remote detonating bombs and a fucking giant claw to a knife fight. It's like, of course you're gonna beat all these fucking things.
Well, I was actually gonna say my big qualm, my kind of like, you're being a bit of a bitch ass, is the constant invisibility.
Yeah,
but then at the end,
shouldn't need any. You shouldn't need none of these things.
The end, she kind of steals that thing, so I was like, "Oh, can't we?"
Well, that's always the downfall of Predator is you either cover yourself in mud or snow or something, and then he can't use the heat vision, and the Predator always gets something flipped on him.
Okay, so there's two
umbrellas. He's a dumb fucking idiot too.
We're operating under two umbrellas right now. Number one, it's a movie.
Yeah.
2 hour movie or whatever it is. I don't know. Number one. Number two, we're also operating under the idea that at any point in time, the Predator could fucking kill everyone if he wanted to at the snap of his fingers. He has a code he has to follow. So like when Amber's character Naru's on the ground, when the chain catches her.
Yes. Yeah.
I could have rolled the credits right there.
Yeah.
I actually was.
But at like in the last moments where you're about to get fucking killed, would have been a nice time to flip the switch, and you can't flip it then.
Well, yeah, because
you're a bitch ass.
Well, no. He's imperfect. He's there's a little bit of hubris going on there.
Yeah.
This Predator has a backstory. Maybe he's a little unrefined. Maybe. I don't know, but she gets the best of him. She outfoxes him.
And I'll tell you what's another thing about the Predator, I guess, species, if you will. This takes place in what, 17-something?
1719.
Yeah,
1719. So like what, 200 whatever years later, when Arnold's fighting the Predator, he hasn't evolved at all. Predator's got the same old fucking bag of tricks and the same old things in a couple hundred years.
Different. I like to say if all the other Predators in the other movies, like they live in condos in New York City, this guy's from like the outback in Australia. So this
is like top dog.
He's more
Predator.
Rustic. He's more animalistic. He's the word we used was feral.
Yeah.
This guy is like he's hunting people. He's like but also. Naru has the advantage because she's Comanche. This is her hood.
Yeah.
She's very familiar with it. Dutch, Schwarzenegger's character, he's just a military guy. He doesn't know the jungle. It takes him so long to figure out the jungle, whereas Naru is already she knows everything. I'm in her backyard, so she has the upper hand.
I wonder if when the Predator's about to fucking die, if he's like, I should have killed her while she was chained up. He's just got a moment of like, or if there is some honor amongst thieves where he's like, all right, you got the best of me.
Yeah,
I like to think that.
Best.
Yeah, then
he's
like click, 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 and he means like.
I think in my last thought, I'd like to be like, that was pretty slick.
Yeah. Like good job, man.
I mean, is there a Predator movie where the Predator wins? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what's got to be fucking wild is when she goes back to her tribe with the I mean, spoiler alert, you know the fucking predator's gonna die, but whatever. It's how it all happens with the fucking predator head.
What's funny is
It's like, well, that's
throughout,
not a lion.
throughout the
What
whole
fuck
movie,
is that thing?
the tribe, they never saw the predator. They didn't even
Right,
know this
so
thing
they don't
was-
know what's
Imagine
going
like,
on.
oh yeah, she's going out to like hunt a cat. She comes back with this fucking thing
The
and like,
Medusa-looking head.
like what is this?
Yeah, I remember, by the way.
But they don't even know. He's like, I dragged the body back. I was like, you only brought the head. I'd bring the whole
the
thing.
whole fucking
because
thing,
like
man.
I want you to see how big
Yeah.
this was.
Right, because everyone
I'd
did see it was dead. So like, you
Right.
gotta explain to everybody.
What an
what this thing
undertaking!
was.
Pulling me out of the mud.
Yeah. I too.
Whatever, that's what it
I'd
takes.
100% do that. I'd at least cut your feet off so you can be like, now that you see a puppy's paw, it's like, ooh, he's gonna get big. Like, look how fucking big this thing was.
I want my credit, motherfucker.
Wrestled a bear.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's an awesome scene.
Punch the bear in the face.
How much? I remember when I was a kid, there was a Halloween. What do we call it? Like Halloween something. It was a big Halloween costume store. It was in the mall. It was a year-round thing. They had like the
Spirit.
best. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a
That's
movie.
got-
I thought there's no way you're thinking of Spirit because
How could you not know Spirit?
Yeah.
It's gotta be
I-
Spirit. There's no other.
I mean, what else would it be, guys?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was like, it
There's
can't be
this
Spirit. hamburger.
hamburger store. They sell a lot. Like
Over a billion, I
It's
think.
got the M.
But they're in the front window was a fuck. I guess I'm lying. Was a full blown. I'm just tearing up from how that performance you gave. There was a full blown predator costume, and I think it was for like $1,000, which at the time, you know, to me is like $1 million. And I was like, one day if I get rich, I'm gonna buy a full predator costume.
Hey,
But it was like head to toe, the full thing. I was like, maybe I should buy one.
my buddy did not Predator, but did it with Jack Sparrow, $1,000 Jack Sparrow costume.
No way.
That's a little like
In college, and he's like, boys, look at this fucking thing. Like, that's sick. He's like, yeah, $1,000, best investment ever. I'm gonna wear it every Halloween from now on. And he's never worn it ever again.
Yeah.
This is the same friend who just joined. He went to Ireland on vacation and joined a golf club.
Right. He lives in America, went to Ireland, joined a country club, golf club there.
I guess if you have the money, right?
I guess he doesn't.
But no.
not really?
He just likes to drink and is easily sold.
Bless his heart.
I feel like showing up as Jack Sparrow is one thing though. If I show up like, yo boys, and you're just like in a full like rubber fucking predator outfit, it's like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, but
fuck
it's
outta here.
it's like when Ben in Parks and Rec buys it. He
it's
buys
too
not
over the
Predator, but he buys Batman. Do you think we've now mentioned Jack Sparrow, Predator, and Batman? Do you think that what are your top 5 iconic characters?
Humans, non-humans. Oh wow. Like for me to
We'll bring back top 5 for
for
one
me to
segment.
portray, for me to act as, or just in general in movie.
Well, you're in a rare air where it's like if you have any sort of skills, and you're this height, like you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it takes a little bit of time. Mostly just being. It's funny when we wrapped, like Dan, our director, gave these leather-bound scripts to some of the people who worked on the movie, and mine was like, oh wow, Dan, thank you. This is amazing. Like, and I opened up. He wrote a nice little note for me. It said, "Dear Dane, thank you for being tall." Wow. Literally the one thing I have no control over. No, yeah, it's interesting with my height and obviously my professional basketball background come into play with some of these characters. And when I retired from basketball 3 years ago and decided to start acting, I kind of figured playing monsters, doing the creature actor thing would kind of be like my backdoor into acting, like face acting as a human.
just trying to be a human.
I can be a dentist or a scoop ice cream, whatever. But the thing is, this monster thing is taking off now, and like now I'm the predator, and it's like. And I guess I'm kind of good at it, maybe, whatever. But
I actually will. There's a viral video that says viral tweet says something along the lines of like practical effects forever. And I don't really, I'm not too in the cinematography world, so I didn't really know. I was like, all right, I'll look at this, see what it's like. And it's you doing a practical effect, and it's like 5 million views. And I was like, oh shit, I get that. Where it's not like the effects of the movie, it's like your body language and like your breathing and shit like that, where I was like, I can.
Good CG is bad in 10 years. Good practical is good
Lasts
forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. Those videos, man, my TikTok, I had like 3 weeks ago, I had like maybe 5,000 followers, maybe like a couple thousand views. I could have posted a video of me clipping my nails on TikTok. I had 10 million views. Like,
Really?
blew
Wow.
up. I just hit a million likes on my TikTok.
Crazy.
And I wasn't doing. I'm not a content creator, but I was putting up some BTS stuff and some cool Predator shit.
Well, because now you're tapped into the Comic-Con world and the Predator. Like, you get into that cult classic shit, and it's
Crazy.
like, ooh, buddy.
Crazy. And like you walk around and it's funny, like I'll forget, I'll be like in an elevator, crowded elevator, and I'm standing there in the back like, oh, I gotta go grocery shopping. And then like, I look around at the people and I'm like, I'm the fucking Predator.
You're like that meme. Like, they don't know I'm the Predator.
That's that literally, like that was me for the past 10 months. I'd be at a party and be like, these people have no idea. No idea. But on the flip side, it's also the worst pickup line of all time.
I'm a Predator.
No, 'cause I literally, and I this is 100% true. I'll be at a bar and I'll be like a loud, consumer-ridden environment, and one of my buddies will be like, "Hey, the fucking Predator!" And I'm like, "Yo, you fucking chill, man," because like there's like rings of people right there, like, the inner ring, they hear you and they're like, "Oh, like this guy's a Predator," but like that second ring of people are like, "What, Predator? Like what? There's a fucking Predator in this bar? Like, that big dude? Like, wait, they're letting." Like sexual predators in here, and then all of a sudden, security's coming up.
It's the Predator. I'm the only one, the best one. You don't understand. I'm the best one in the galaxy.
I was at a wedding this weekend, and my buddy was like super excited about it. My buddy Todd, he actually just became the head coach of Florida basketball.
Oh wow!
I played with him in Israel in 2009. But and he's walking around, he's like, just like. No, like lead in. Just hey, this is Dane. He's the Predator. And people are like, wait, what? Like, no, I'm an actor, and I portray the Predator in the most recent Predator.
Well, it is
film.
like to the people who don't know, it does take a little bit of explaining. But if you're into it and you know it, it's like
right.
Fucking
but
Predator,
there's like that residual, like people hear the word Predator, their mind typically doesn't go.
I bet you maybe there was a time.
Probably like 80s,
before
90s.
Yeah, like 1988
before everyone
when the
got
first one
outed
came out.
as a fucking Predator. But now that's a tough one.
Now I'm like, I'm Hollywood's biggest Predator, and that's not. That's
a tough label to have.
Really scary stuff right there.
Are you like trained in like any jiu-jitsu or stunts or shit like that? Because that's you doing all the fighting.
I did all the acting, all the stunts, all the mocap. I trained for 2 months in parkour. There actually was a tree chase scene that we were supposed to shoot.
I can't imagine your big ass doing parkour.
Yeah. Oh no, it's insane, really insane. Keep in mind, I don't know if you read any of this, but I shot that movie blind. I couldn't see anything.
Because of the mask?
Well, the Predator head sat on top of my head, and it weighed about 14 pounds because there were 30 servos inside this head that control the face. We had 4 puppeteers puppeteering the face.
Crazy.
And it was 15 pounds. But for the Predator, so my head's in the neck. For the Predator to look forward, I had to look through 2 tiny holes in the neck at the ground.
Jeez.
And I had the first AD in my ear kind of cueing me on things, and we would have to take branches from trees and lay them on the ground for me to follow. So every scene I shot, even my fight scenes, I couldn't see in front of me. I could only look at my feet. So when I'm fighting
Dude,
Dakota's
that's
character,
impressive. That's
crazy.
fucking wild.
so when I trained parkour, I'd wear a baseball hat and I would pull the hat down, or like even rehearsal, I would rehearse just to get used to it. So thank goodness they cut that tree chase scene. But yeah, I trained parkour. I did martial arts. I trained like Kali sticks and like weapon handling and all that.
What's Kali sticks?
Kali sticks are like 2 sticks and you like hit stuff.
Hit people,
but like when you train, you like you can make it so that it like looks good.
Yeah.
I'm very novice at it. But
that is, I obviously, like you said, you want to get into out from monsters and into other roles, but it's one of those things where it's like, even the top actors probably can't do that shit.
I went to mime school to learn nonverbal communication, and like you think mime. There's so many different types of mime, but like I'm telling a story. I don't have the luxury of words, so I have to tell you guys a story with my posture, with how I'm moving. What are my hands doing?
No, but it works because like in that scene where you're talking about where you don't kill the girl, like you could tell you weren't going to.
Right.
You were like in a calm.
Or the wolf scene,
whatever.
how I mimicked the wolf. I got down on all fours and like.
Yeah.
But it's hard, man. You're wearing this 75-pound foam latex suit. You have a 15-pound head on. You can't see in front of you.
This was filmed in winter or summer?
Calgary. Oh, summer. Right now. It was
fuck.
So the Burnt Glade scene where I kill all of those trappers, the French fur trappers, it was like 97 degrees out that day. And foam latex.
I would quit.
I think I'd have handed my
foam
equipment.
latex
go
is a sponge.
find another 6'2" with that guy.
It's crazy because like foam latex, the suit starts out at whatever, it's 65, 70 pounds at the beginning of the day. But foam latex is a sponge. What happens when you sweat? It just absorbs it.
100
So
pounds
the
of sweat in
suit
there.
gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And you can see some of the production stills. I'll be swinging at like Dakota's character in a fight scene and just beads of sweat shooting out of my suit. But like I have to think about what everything's doing. I have to remember to keep my neck short. I have to remember what are my hands doing? Because if you're not thinking about your hands, you're just like this. They really liked the breathing of the predator. So I have to consciously think about breathing while consciously thinking about my hands and consciously keeping my neck down and my neck short, my head down. On top of that, I have to act and remember what the fuck I have to do. On top of that, I can't see anything. So there's like a lot of, pulling the levers and making sure everything is in line so that the final product is this predator. So that was pretty insane.
Between hearing all that, very impressive. I was honestly impressed with the performance. Anyway, hearing that you couldn't fucking see is insanity.
Like the bear fight is obviously like a CGI thing, but are you fighting sometimes people wear like the sensors or whatever? Are you doing?
We kind of shot that twice. We had a reference bear. Like an actual bear.
Oh,
costume.
really?
Yeah, we took one of the special effects guys who was 6'8" and stuck him in this bear suit.
Okay.
And it looks so ridiculous. If you look on my Instagram at DD, you can see there's a picture of me with the reference bear, and it's just this fucking giant bear, just like there. And then I'm in a gray pajamas, like motion capture suit.
Yeah, and
then
you just like wrestle them and
yeah,
shit.
and then the other half of that, we went to a free running academy for a day, and I did all the movements of the predator, like jumping from tree to tree, walking, slashing, like jumping off ledges and like slashing into things. And then they gave me this pad, and I had to wrestle with the pad and throw it down, and then punch the pad, and then lift it up above my head and pretend it's really heavy at mime school, and then you slam it down, and then
that was cool. That's
like,
a great scene. I knew obviously you're not going to die, but I think in the beginning of that fight, he kind of gets the better of you, right?
A fucking grizzly bear. That thing is and look at it's all like scarred up and gnarly and stuff. It's like, that was pretty intense. But yeah, everyone loved the bear fight.
The bear fight. When you're just like dripping or drinking its blood. Fuck.
That's the reveal. I mean, that's the first true reveal of the predators. Like, and that was Dan's idea. It was amazing. I was like, oh, the blood is just gonna go down the invisible predators. Perfect.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I would imagine most guys your size are pretty goofy.
Are they? I don't know.
A lot of the shit you're describing, like the top percent are not goofy. They're you got guys like Shaquille O'Neal, who's like
Well, it's funny. I watched Gravy in here, and you guys were talking about being however tall he is and like playing basketball, and it's the people who are disgruntled about being asked, "Do you play basketball?" Are the people who don't play basketball.
Oh no, definitely that.
And I feel bad. I genuinely feel bad for those people because that is the first question. Like people it's their first. Like they think they're the first person telling you or asking you, like, do you play basketball? Oh my God, you're so tall. And like, do you play basketball? Like, I used to. Like, oh, what do you do now? I'm an actor. Like, it's just so cliched, But and my brother is taller than me. He's like 6'10". He's skinnier.
What the fuck? How tall are your parents? Are your parents the predator and a bear?
No, my mom worked for the Celtics in the 80s. She actually did. She actually did. She worked in the front office. But I look just like my dad. So there's no way.
So don't even start, even though I started it first.
No.
This guy looks a lot like Kevin McHale.
Yeah, I hate to say no. Kevin McHale is not my dad. No. But my mom did. She was on the floor in 1986. She was pregnant with 84. She was pregnant with my brother, and they had to like get her off the floor.
Is she normal size or is she a freak?
She's 5'11".
So
she's not a
tall
freak.
woman. And
my dad's
that's all
6'3".
that,
He's not an avatar. But okay. Sorry, Camille threw me off there for a second. I was like, okay. No.
And it's just you two.
My sister is 5'9". She's the shortest one.
Normal human and two freaks.
Yes,
okay.
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby.
But so what does he do?
My brother, he lives in Berlin. He oh God, Ross, I'm sorry. He
you don't even know, right?
he has a master's degree in engineering management. So where I excelled athletically.
So you have no brain.
No. Whoa.
He's smart.
First of all, I'm very smart and intelligent. But if you put us together, we'd be
you said that a lot smart and intelligent people. I'm really smart and intelligent, I swear.
No, but I mean, he's like very computer smart. He does coding. He does like front end like web design and all of the engineer Sorry, you're not an engineer either.
I'm an idiot.
I think
I'm
that
saying
is
it's funny
coolest.
when you go into work and you're coding and you know,
Yeah, he's 6'10".
Typically,
He
a lot
played
of
at
like dorks and
Syracuse.
shit, and then he's 6'10".
He walked on at Syracuse. He got there the year after they won with Melo. He's 4 years older than me, so
I think that is very cool not being able to tell what your brother does. Because I always say that with my like best friends. I'm like, I have no idea what they do. I think like, 'cause you're like, yeah, we don't talk about work. I don't fucking know. Like,
Yeah.
we have
I
regular
also think-
conversations
I also
like
think it
regular
means
people.
You have a pretty like interesting, or at least a little more complex job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
just
yeah.
have like a bum ass job, it's like, I don't know, he's a janitor. Or something.
he used to.
I can't
he-
even explain what you
He
do.
used to live in Bushwick. He worked in the city. He was doing like he was certifying buildings to be like LEED certified for like green. He's always doing different shit, and I can't. It's like, oh, Dane, he's a professional basketball player. Oh, he's an actor now. Oh, he's working at this butcher shop in Chianti, Italy. They're just like, it's pretty straightforward what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For him, I'm at some startup with this tech.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Let's pause and go back to that very specific reference of you working
the-
at a butcher
the
shop.
Italian butcher.
No, when I was playing for Siena in Italy, I played in Italy for 7 years, professionally, and Israel for a year. There's a really famous butcher shop in Chianti in Tuscany called Antica Macelleria Cecchini, and it's run by this 8th generation butcher, Dario Cecchini. The butcher shop's like 250 years old.
I was gonna say that's as old as the fucking
It's a long
Predator,
time.
8th generation.
And me and my brother went there to visit one day, and this guy saw me, and he was just like, he doesn't speak English, but he called me over. He's like, "Let me see your hands." And so I showed him my hands, and I have big fucking banana hands, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "These are butcher hands. When you're a basketball player," I was like, "Yeah. When your season's done, you come stay in my house, and I'll teach you how to debone cows for free. And at nighttime, you just work in my steakhouse as payment." And yeah, sure. So my season ended, and I went to Chianti and lived in this hilltop village with this guy. And every morning at 7, we wake up and we go down to the commercial butcher shop, and they would teach me how to debone cows, antique Tuscan style. And I was like an apprentice. I still am an apprentice for him, and he's very, very close. I'm very close with Dar.
Bro,
Learn a craft, man. Learn a craft.
bro.
How much do they pay you over there?
0. I was
yeah,
just
I was gonna
information.
say. So
they
wait,
paid
yeah,
me in
you said-
information.
he said,
No. I meant
said-
in the Italian basketball league.
Oh, that was solid money.
I was gonna
That
say, I've heard they don't
was,
take summer jobs for summer internships.
Yeah, no.
He said, come debone, and then you can work in my steakhouse as the reward.
Right, like he'll teach me how to debone cows,
yeah,
and as
yeah.
my payment to him for the
Sure,
information.
right. So you come do the work, but
No, but it's incredible. You can't
yeah.
like people pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, and
What
this-
do you? I can't even imagine where you start deboning a cow. So I guess
On the shins.
But it's no way, really.
Yeah, you start with the shin.
That's not what I would have guessed. I was definitely picturing some
The
spine
shin,
stuff.
the shin you can
go in the
you
ass or
can
something. Pull everything out
fuck
from the
up.
back. I don't know.
because you start with the least expensive cut, learning.
Oh, learning. Yeah.
And then, because you can fuck up a shin, it doesn't matter. It's so tough. You can boil it. You like you're not grilling. You're not like reverse searing a shin. It's not
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
fine
yeah.
cut of meat.
Bro, so you're like a predator.
I was gonna say, so you
anyone
rip
who
out the
just
spines
willingly
of-
like he's like, yeah, debone huge animals.
Yeah.
So you've ripped the spine out of a wolf and of a cow.
Yeah, and I will say I never dispatched any animals. I never killed anything.
Really?
They would show up as cowsides from Dario's farm, and then we would just remove
Crazy.
the bones.
How many hours a day would you spend doing this?
That was like 4 hours in the morning. Then you go back and rest, and then you either work lunch or dinner or both. And
This is all in the off season.
Yeah, just time off. Just like I wanted to learn. My brother was like, "You should like work for a cobbler or something. Learn how to make Italian shoes." And then I was like trying to. I wanted to learn a craft, and then butchery came in, and I was like, "Why not? This guy's the most famous butcher."
Like, these are butcher hands.
I think yeah. How
You
often?
would- you
how
don't- you don't
often
have
do you
butcher
get like
hands.
harassed? Where it's just
Every
like,
day.
let me touch your body.
Every day, every time I go to a bar, my ass is always getting pinched. Like my ass is up there.
I've seen that before. I got a friend he's not a freak like you, but he's 6'5", and like it is, and he's like in good shape. So like chicks do just like, or did now, and we're older and shit. But when we were younger, they would just like touch him and kind of rub him. And of course, for a period of time, he was very cool with that.
Yeah.
But also sometimes I think he'd be like, can't like stop touching me.
But it's okay because like I'm big and I'm a dude.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Oh yeah. If it
You're
was roles
fine.
reversed, this is
Yeah.
fucking nuts. He always said it was. He always called it like the goldfish effect, or like the fishbowl effect, because it would just be girls being like, "You're tall."
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
just like a goldfish at the
Yeah.
tapping on the glass.
Exactly.
And he would
Standard.
just be like, let's go home.
Well, yeah. I won't. Yeah. So
we're blushing,
I
Dave.
I think Disney's on this call, so I don't know how deep I can go into that.
So you play ball overseas, and it's good money.
It's great money. It's tax free. Also, they pay your agent fee. They pay the taxes, and
Fuck.
yeah, you're just like they give you a house, they give you a car. You just have to pay for food.
Did you go right after college? You went over there?
Yep, I went straight to Italy in 2011, and I played in 6 different cities all over South, in Puglia,
That
and
is fucking
Sardinia.
dope. I mean, of course.
Were you
the
coming
dream-
home in the summers?
Yeah, off season. I
Off-season,
come home.
yeah.
I live with my parents.
Yeah.
Fuck
Spend
it,
no
right?
money.
Yeah.
I'm still like in the room I grew up in with my T-ball, my Lexington
Legs
youth
hanging off the
T-ball.
bed.
Yeah. A twin bed, twin extra long. You sneak girls into the basement. But no. And then I did that for 8 years, and it's great because I was putting off a real job for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And,
Peter Pan, man.
yeah,
Neverland.
and I was always in search of that next job where I could stay in shape. I had to stay in shape for it. The projects were different, whether year to year or season to season, and it's good money. And and then acting came upon me, and I was like, oh, this is great, and I don't have to wake up sore every morning.
Yeah.
And I can do this because basketball. Any professional athlete, unless you're playing like table tennis or billiards, it ends for you at some point. It's finite. But one day you hang up your jersey and you walk off into the lights, and then it's all over, and then you become a normal human. And
Which is a weird and hard thing to do for a lot of people.
it's hard. Like, and
especially if you have. How long did you play?
I played professionally for 8 years.
Yeah, I mean that's a chunk of your life.
No,
You're
it's
very used to it.
But like,
But then also you're still so young once it's over.
yeah.
Like,
And
it's
like-
a very weird dynamic.
I like to say, basketball was this girl that I dated for 27 years.
Right.
I gave her everything. My heart, we traveled the world, blood, sweat, and tears, so many good memories, so many bad memories, so many ups, so many downs. But we were never getting married.
Yeah.
And I knew that. And it's a tough thing to come to terms with because in order to be at that level, not that I was like an all-star in the NBA, but in order to play professionally, you really have to put that commitment in and the time and effort, and knowing that it ends at a young age for you. So it's a strange thing to kind of come to terms with. And so
people act like you are, 100. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's 32. Like,
Yeah,
put a
exactly.
bullet in him. He's dead.
Yeah.
Father
Just, like,
Time
turn him
always
into
wins,
glue.
and he's about to come down right now.
Yeah.
Like,
So I got lucky with this,
Time.
acting situation, and
So that's you say lucky. Like,
I just, miracles and opportunities. Really, it's just like I was at home in Boston training for the next season, and I got a phone call from Boston Casting to be a stand-in on the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. And what the hell's a stand-in? So I went down there. They didn't even use me. And the stunt coordinator came over. He's like, dude, you need to be an actor. You need to look into playing monsters in movies. And I was like,
because you're a freak.
yeah. You're the fucking tree. You have to do this. And
Well, no, but I remember my first thought was in Game of Thrones. There's the CGI giant, but then there's a dude who just
the
played
mountain.
The giant. Yeah. Well, there's the mountain, but there was also a guy who played like a wildling who was like a giant, and I was just like, there's probably not much competition out there for that role.
That guy was 7'6", actually.
fucking
Really?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a little.
His name was Neil Fingleton. He has since
Yes.
passed.
Yeah.
but,
He played ball too, right? He was
Yeah, he
Australian
played
or
at
something like that?
no, he was British, but he
British,
played
yeah.
at Holy Cross.
oh, really?
Oh yeah.
But I remember
I did know that.
he
Caitlin
played
went
for
there,
BABC AAU, and I think they went to Europe to play. They had to pull the front seat out of the car, and he sat in the back seat and drove the car from the back seat.
Yeah.
So tall.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, that's
Insane.
imagine.
Fucking nuts.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know if it's his picture, but I definitely seen a shot of maybe it's George Mirasan or one of those guys where he's in the back.
Yeah.
Of like a little
Insane.
little coupe.
They make me look tiny.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Like you're, whatever you have to deal with on planes, cars,
Yeah.
just the general shit, ducking through, and add what a foot
foot
to that.
A foot. I'm big. I
nuts.
couldn't. Yeah. And plus, we're like Great Danes. We don't last very long. I'm like a German Shepherd in his twilight years. Like I hip dysplasia. I'm limping all the time.
Gravity kicks your ass.
No, it's Gravity's undefeated. But, no, I'm pretty proportionate. I'm not like a lanky.
Right.
You're actually
6'9".
not as jarring as I thought it was gonna be. Like
If you look at me from a distance, you're like, oh, that guy's normal. And then I get closer, you're like, oh, he's
shit.
pretty fucking big. But I'm not like,
but it's
like
not
my brother's
like long.
Yeah, my brother's long.
That Marfan
like
syndrome
we had a
type
guy who worked for us. His name was Tall One, and he was
Legit called
he
him
was
Tall
like I think he was taller than you. I think he was he might have been 6'10".
I think he was 6'11". I think he was right under. I think he was 6'10".
And he was we at the time. This is when we were back in Milton still, and so we had this really small, cramped office. And watching him walk around, I was like, I genuinely pitied him.
Yeah.
Because he was always tripping and falling because he was lanky and he was not coordinated. He was like he was a 24-year-old who was still trying to find his
Baby
body.
giraffe type shit.
And I'd be like, dude, just stay sitting. Like,
stay still.
You keep knocking shit over yourself.
And it's funny, like when I first started out, I didn't have a theatrical agent or a manager, and like I was trying to find one, and a lot of people were like, oh, you're so big, I don't know if we can rep you because it's going to be difficult to find jobs. And now this movie came out. I actually still don't have a theatrical agent or manager, and I'm in the process of getting set up with that. But like, it's interesting how you would think, oh, you're the Predator. It's like you're automatically capable of like you're this big time actor now.
Yeah,
like, and like people are like, oh, he's too fucking tall. Like, can't be an actor.
But
Like,
I mean, I do think.
That's
within that realm, right? Like there should, whether it's more like a comic book movie or alien movie or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
Marvel.
Yeah, I mean that like there's
Star Wars.
There's gonna be needs for that, and then hopefully you do backdoor it like you said. But in the meantime, like I don't think you have to rush that.
The press-
I'd gladly go ahead and be like, I'll be the Predator, and then I'll be the alien, and then I'll be the giant, and then I'll be whatever.
A lot of trophies right there.
Sure, dude. There's no shame in that game at all, dude.
I have no problem being the king of monsters in Hollywood, but I definly want to play.
That's who's
humans.
like Andy Serkis was kind of that for a while.
Andy Serkis
right?
was kind of the mocap guy, with Planet of the Apes and Lord of the Rings. But I would say Doug Jones is probably the LeBron of creature acting, if you will. He was the Pale Man in Pan's Labyrinth. And he was also the Fawn. He was Abe Sapien in Hellboy. He was the Asset in Shape of Water. He's been so many things. But he's in his 60s now. He's
we'll
a
just kill
legend. No, he's unbelievable. He's he's not a human. He's so good at what he does. But he's probably the LeBron of doing all that stuff. So
I can't shake the Biz thing. It's wild.
Is it weird?
Because it's not just the look. Like it is. He sounds like him and everything.
Yeah.
But you said he's Canadian. Do I sound
Yeah,
Canadian?
I don't know. There's a little. Well, Biz doesn't overly sound Canadian either. So I think you guys just have
It's
similar voices.
It's like that hockey. It's a hockey accent.
Yeah, it's more of a hockey.
Well, when I was, because I went to UNH. And I
So you
spent
might
a lot
pick
of
it up
time with
there.
the hockey team.
Yeah.
And
Can you call your dick your wrench? Because then that'll.
they called it a horn when I was
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's an absolute. He's got an absolute horn on him. God. It's fine. Actually, James Van Riemsdyk lived across the hall from me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Freshman
Pick
year.
this all up.
But yeah, and then one of my best friends is Canadian, Kelly Olynyk, who plays for the Pistols.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times
He's got a horn on him.
He's right.
Splits people in half.
Yeah. Disney's watching. But he'll a lot of times he'll be like, "Oh, your cheese day," and like, "Oh, your cheese day." I'm like, I say "a" to people now because I spend so much time. I talk to Kelly so much. But
What's your cheese?
Cheesed is mad. Like,
Cheesed is
oh,
mad.
I'm so fucking cheesed right now. Fuck.
I love it.
What's up, fam? Yeah,
They make up their own little language.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, Drake
Got an
leads the.
absolute horn.
Oh man, fucking A, man, absolute rocket.
Yeah, I mean that is.
Yeah.
All the hockey dudes go,
right
yeah,
in
bud.
with- That's it right there. That's very funny, man. So, what is? Do we have anything next that you? What's
I got a
next
couple
on-
things coming out in the distant future. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about. I mean, I kind of did talk about them.
What about Prey 2? Because I feel like they left it open ended.
There's a lot. I've been getting
Predator.
Yeah.
the door's always open.
But
for Predator.
I
Prey-
hope so.
Prey was like the gold standard.
Because there's been so many Predators that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But Prey was one.
But
This is different.
They,
we talked about the
really
beginning.
are. They were. It's Alien versus Predator is like a summer blockbuster. Stupid. You know what you're gonna get. And it's fine. Those are cool. Too.
Those. I mean, I
But
love
this
those.
is- yeah.
No,
but this is
with
you know.
I don't know anything about a sequel. No one's talked to me about anything. I don't know.
Just because the last line is like, we need to get to like easier protected place or something like that.
Right. So I don't know if they're going to continue that story. I don't know if they'll do another standalone thing. I'm sure they will do another one in some capacity. Whether
Been too much of a success. Then.
right.
Are there any Predator movies where you're in space and you see like where the predators live?
I
would be interested to see that.
I haven't seen that one.
All the predators obviously have been
He always just
earthbound.
kind of jump, and it's also just like he shows up, whether like even in that one if they're in space, like I feel like the predator just like shows up on the ship. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like to see like, and it's always just like one dude. I wonder if there's movies with like a clan of them.
I don't know. I have no. I hope they call me. I think 20th Century is happy with the work that we all did in this film. I hope they remember my phone number.
Yeah.
I don't. If they don't, I get it. But it's so finicky with all these. It's like Hollywood, man. It's just like they're doing a film, and who knows what. Who knows? They could have a female predator. They could have like a two-headed predator. I have no idea, but
as long as they don't have a short predator.
no,
as soon as they try to replace you, they'll be like, "Fuck."
We had
like our hands are tied. We had to go with the short guy.
yeah.
Thanks.
It's Short King Summer, man. That is like classic Hollywood. Like we had Jason Clarke in here, and he's talking about when he got Terminator, and he's like, I thought I was done. I was like, all right, I made it. Like this is, I was gonna rake this in forever. He's like, and then we just stopped making Terminators.
Yeah. I mean nothing lasts forever. So, but between professional ball and professional butchery. And professional predator behavior.
Yeah. New York City, watch out. Yeah, I don't know.
How old are you right now?
I just turned 34 2 weeks ago.
That's a jam-packed 34 years. You could
die. So did I.
You could die tomorrow.
Really? Wait, what's your
August 14th?
Oh, August. Oh, so maybe it wasn't August 6th. Okay, a month ago. What year? So you're 88.
I'm an 88. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Come on.
I love it. I love
you
it.
guys.
Wait, where are you from?
I'm from Fall River, Mass.
You go to Durfee?
I went to Durfee for 1 year. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. Incredible. My head coach was from Durfee High School at Lexington.
I've never heard of Durfee.
Durfee.
I've only heard of the Abbey.
I went to Durfee my freshman year.
Fall River, man.
I've
There's
never heard you talk
a
about
lot of
that.
Portuguese people.
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. What's the fucking sausage? The
Charisse, baby. Charisse.
Yeah, I made it down to Fall River later. Gonna meet my buddy Sully. Grab a couple pizzas. Fuck 'em. Hey, here's $1 for your whore mother. Your mom's a whore. Fuck you. Fucking loser.
All right, tell the people where to find. Did I hear you say your Instagram is just at DD?
Yeah, 2 Ds, my
That's
initials.
fucking dope.
That
feels like you knew like Zuckerberg and he like.
Well, I
got
was
you
gonna
early.
get D. This was like 6 years ago.
How?
The sports agency
D's almost too short.
Yeah, but that's what they said. They
Yeah.
said no one will be able to find you, and I was like, all right, my initials DD. And then I woke up the next morning. I was verified. I had DD, and then I had like 10,000 more followers.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's cool, but it also sucks because you get tagged in everything. I get tagged in all of Demi Lovato stuff because she's DD Lovato.
Oh.
I get tagged in like random, just like people in the Middle East would just tag me and like
This one gets KFC
I get
India.
KFC all the time.
Okay, exactly.
People, like customer complaints all the
Dunkin'
time.
Donuts. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Dunkin' Donuts designated
Fucking
driver,
Dunkin',
like
dude.
a million, like DD.
So
But-
yeah, it's DD. It's cool, and like people, I'll talk to people like, oh, like what's your Instagram? I'm like, oh, it's D, and they're like, and I'm like, no, that's it.
Period. Stop.
That's
It's
it.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. David Dobrik offered a substantial sum of money for
much?
it.
Come on.
How
How many zeros were involved?
It was a good 5 figures.
Wow.
It was a good 5
Wait, a
figures.
good 5?
Yeah.
Oh, David Dobrik. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna
dude.
say you could have been. You should have negotiated. You can get them.
I was thinking in the millions.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
like $1 million
For $1 million,
DD.
I'd probably let go of it.
I would
Yeah.
fucking hope so, dude. I don't know what your bank account's looking like, but I would hope you let go of
I'd
a
consider
fucking
it.
Instagram handle.
I'd consider it. But yeah,
Put them
no,
in charge of the butchery and the fucking.
5 figs. You gotta come stronger than that, Dobrik.
This was like 2018, back when it
Yes.
wasn't
Oh,
valuable.
yeah.
No one knew
Right.
that the Instagram handles would have value like that now.
Right.
And so yeah, no, it's definitely cool. But yeah, my Instagram's just DD. It's just my initials.
All right, brother. We appreciate the time. We're gonna do Answer the Internet. We have room for that. Yeah. We'll go next
yeah.
door.
Oh,
answer some
great.
questions.
Thank you very much.
Is this live?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. I was like sweating. I was like, please don't say anything.
All right, thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button. I still can't really do it. Click the subscribe button. You should have seen me last week, bro. What am I doing right now? All right, thanks for watching.
Make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the little notification so you get little notifications when we come on. Also, leave a comment with which guests you'd like to see or who had the funniest joke.